Morning. Sorted. Oh. Morning, Tanner. You okay? I've gone by the wrong time. My clock here is a bit slow, so I thought, oh, I got a minute, and then I looked at my watch. Oh, I'm 2 minutes late. Oh. I don't think I've got everything out. No, I haven't. Just going to do some stamping this morning. Oh, hi, Mary. Nice to see you. Hope you have had a nice Christmas and Happy New Year. Okay, just wait for a few minutes. Right, if anybody wants to see me, they can go back to the beginning. I'm putting it down. Right. Okay, so you can actually see brushos Brea here. I didn't tell you about them. So some destinations. Okay, so just the three of us then for now. There was four, but two of them disappeared. Okay, it's not good in the daytime, obviously, in the mornings, but people will catch up later. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to do some stamping. I've had a few new members in my own group. I'm actually streaming here into Magic Graphics, so hello to everybody in Magic Graphics, and also onto YouTube. So if you're on YouTube, give me a like and a subscribe. That would be great. Yeah, I'm just playing about with this now. So, as I say, this morning I'm going to do some stamping because in my own little group I've had quite a few of new people, and one or two in particular would like to see some stamping. So I'm going to oblige. Oh, it's good. Right. Okay. Yeah. Mary, I had a lovely Christmas. Absolutely fantastic. It's the first Christmas that me and Stuart have had on our own for over 20 years. So we made the most of it. I felt a bit guilty because mothers can't see who they wanted to, but then I didn't. Right. Let's get on with it. So I'm also going to use a gel plate this morning. So for those who've never seen one or have never used one, they come in a pack like this, and when they're new, I mean, this one's actually from Jelly Arts. They're like that. This one's brand spanking new because I haven't used it. It's not only Jelly Arts that make them. I can't remember the ones that do now. So this is about stamping, so I'm not going to go too far into the other bits and pieces I'm using. So it comes in like a clamshell, and it's a great idea. In fact, you should actually store it in there. Now you can see mine is a bit discoloured. Let me pull this up a bit so you can see a bit more. And I shall pull that out. Now, I don't particularly need them at the moment. What I like to do is to put it on. I've got one of these stamping acrylic blocks that come from All and Create. It's basically great to use their big stamps on, but you can also use some acetate. In fact, it comes with acetate in the box, so you can actually use that. And the reason for doing it is the fact that it makes it a lot easier if you want to either move it out the way or you actually want to flip it over onto like a journal page. But if you're doing that, I'm not sure I would suggest acetate to flip it over. Sort of sticks, but the likelihood is it might come off. So my chosen thing would be this block, because then you're fine. Okay, so I'm going to, normally with the gel press, I tend to use acrylic paints, but this morning I'm actually going to use Distress inks and some brushos. Now, whether this is going to work, we'll find out. I've got a piece of card here. My gel press plate is 5x7, so I've actually cut one 5x7. You don't have to have 5x7 card to go with it. I've actually done that. I was playing. We just get a board around. You can cut it. I just done it for ease sake this morning to make it quicker. I've actually cut it to that size. Now you saw that I had a round gel plate. They come in all shapes and sizes. I found the 5x7 great to start with. Okay, so let's get that out of the way because I've got a tendency to make a mess of the card before I've started. And I'm just rolling the brayer into the Distress ink, and I'm just going to put some on. Now you can't actually see that there's anything on there. I don't know if I put this card under. No, I'm not going to do that. I've got another piece of card here. Because this was already yellow, you're not going to be able to see that it made any difference, but there is some on there, I can assure you. This is how the colour it will go eventually, your plate, unless you unless you wash it really well after each thing, but you don't need to because you'll get fed up if you like me. Right, then I've got some brushos here, and I've put mine in little pots. You can actually get a tray to put them in. Now they don't come like that. I've done them all like that. They come in little pots like this. Okay, they give you a place to put a hole in at the top, and you make a hole. You don't have to. You can take the top off if you want, but if you take the top off, it's powder and it will actually go all over the place. So I'm told, I didn't actually try it. I listened to other people with this one and didn't try it, but it is powder that comes out. I'll show you that after because I don't want this to go too dry. Then what I did, I got some water. Move this out of the way. I got some water, and you'll see the powder that comes out actually. You don't only use them like this, there's other ways of using them. I can't remember if I'm supposed to put the powder in first. I don't need that much, but I'm having it. Okay. And then what I'm going to do, I found these little pots were great because I can just keep them. Hi, Shaz. How are you? Okay, so here we go. Now, this is the fun part, in the hope that I don't spill it all over the place. So I've got some blue there. I'm not going to use yellow because I've already done yellow. I might do some purple. I'm going to do some emerald green. That's a lovely colour. Look at what's this? Ooh, that's a different blue. It's a bluey purple. I thought I had a red. Oh, I have got a red out here. I've got lots of blues now, haven't I? That is blue and that was turquoise, wasn't it? Silly me. Right, okay. So I'm going to get a fan brush. And then I'm going to dip it in. I'm not going to put it in the water first. I'm going to dip it in here. I think I'm going to go with some purple first. I'm going to get quite a bit on it. And I should actually test it out on something. I'm just going to flick it all over the place. I'm not very good with these fan brushes. Now, I can't say 100% that this is going to work like I want it to. But But that's the fun of crafting. Okay. So I'm going to clean out the brush in some water. We're going to go for some turquoise because that looked very nice. And then go down the sides with that, I think. Oh, that's a nice colour. Go down that side with that. Don't ask me why, I'm just messing about here. Some green. I think I might put a little bit of yellow in, I don't know. No, I won't. Actually, I don't want too much green either. And I'm going to put some of that nice ultramarine blue because I can. This is probably going to make the biggest mess, but it'll be lovely. Okay. So now I'm going to take my card and I'm actually going to put it on the top. If I don't like the first side, I shall turn it over and do it on the other side. I'm going to smoosh it down. So it's all coming out to the sides by the looks of it. I won't be doing it on this side because I've got all mess on it now. Yeah, I like these little pots. And then I'm just going to take it off. It's not as vibrant as I thought, but that'll be my background, which is okay. Okay, I'm just going to, a lot of people just leave their gel plate, or some people do, but I got a thing about trying to clean it off. It didn't work that well. And now I'm going to put it away because I don't want it to get all marked and awful. Got to put it there. Because once you mark these, you've got the mark in there for life. If you make a big mark in it. Which is fine if that's the sort of pattern you want on your background. Right, so I'm going to put these lids on. That's okay, Angela, about the challenge. You don't actually have to make the consecutive days. If you want to just, you know, join the challenge, just join it, just come over. I do a live every morning, so if you just want to watch the odd live, that's fine. It'll be open for a couple of weeks after. I say a couple of weeks, I tend not to close them until because I forget. It makes no difference, you know, if you want to just come in there, just come in there. Not everybody completes the challenges anyway. Some of them don't even do them, they just come there and watch the video. So you're more than welcome to do that if you want. You don't even have to watch all the videos. You can just join it, you know, just join the challenge just to be there in case you get time to do one of the days or not. So that's fine. I will tell everybody about the I'm doing a 5-day challenge, and I know my group know all about it, but my graphics group may not, and neither do those watching on YouTube unless you're in Terry creating corner. I forget who I am. Yeah, but I'll tell you more about that after at the end. But yeah, Angela, yeah, just join the group, and it's up to you then whether you do anything or you don't. But you're there. Can have a chat. Right, I'm just going to dry this off a bit with in case you're wondering what all the noise is. I'm turning it over to flatten it out. Oh, stretch over to put this back. Yeah. That's okay, Angela. Right. Okay, so this is what we have now, and now I'm going to proceed to stamp it. And I've had some, you know, I love Lavinia stamps, I know a lot of you do. I've had some new Lavinia stamps that I haven't used, and this is one of them. So I thought I'd use her today. Let's see what else I can do here. I do have some, I can't even remember where these come from. Not that one. I got a load of stamps out last night. Yeah, we like the little fairy lamps. Don't know if I want them. I'm going to do some lamps, I think. In fact, I'm going to do her first, and then we can go around her because she is the main focus. It is delicate, isn't it? It's sort of takes all that, like the grit out of them, and they're lovely when they first use them. You know, with splashing them with water. Okay, come back to me. Okay, stamping. Now you don't actually need a block for them. You can just use them like this. When I'm doing it with something that you need to see all the little bits and pieces, I find it easier to use a stamping block. Now the acrylic ones stick on lovely. Most of the rubber ones do. There are some, and I can't remember who makes them, but there are some that won't stick straight to the acrylic block, but you can use things like there's stick and spray that Crafter's Companion do. So I use this acrylic block. It's by All and Create, and it's a bit flexible, so you can actually sort of get into the little bits that you perhaps might have missed. Now there are other blocks that you can use. I didn't get this one out. Hang on. Ooh. So many here. Right. So this is a Paper Mania one, which gives you all the measurements as well, so you can sort of measure where you're putting stuff. I don't think I've ever used the measurements, and that again will stick on just the same, as you can see, and you can actually then measure where you're putting if you want it that precise. You can also get what they call a stamping platform, which is a bit of an investment. If you're just starting out, then you might sort of want to use something like this as opposed to paying out like £20 or £30. No, you're not the only one, Angela. I've got quite a few at the moment. I normally tend to try and use, no, don't lie, I've got quite a few. Yeah, so the other things you can get for beginners, they're rocker blockers. They come in, you generally buy a pack. They're made by Crafter's Companion, or they're sold by Crafter's Companion. Whether they make them or not is, I don't know. But they're sold by Crafter's Companion. And the idea is that they rock. And for beginner stampers, that is great because you get the pressure will go on the whole the whole stamp. In theory, that's what should happen. So I'm just going to show you with a, I need some more new stamps here. I'm going to show you with this, the hairs. I don't think I'll be using the hairs today. Come on, you never know. Oh, these are so cute. And as you can see, I've got a little tiny one there, but that's a big one. I'm going to put the hair on, and we're just going to get any piece of paper. The back of an avalanche now. I like to use Verse Fine Clay for stamping. Once I found this, I've not used any other for stamping, and that's all I can say. You can use what you want. If you use Distress inks, if you're going to cover over it, then what am I about to say? Yeah, if you're going to cover anything on top or put any more mediums on, like you couldn't put brushos or anything like that on top, because it's a distress ink, water or anything wet will react with it and it'll start sort of spreading out. So if you want to keep it crisp, if you want a crisp image, then you need this. Now, if you've got little bits around the edge, because somebody said that they can't do it without getting things, you can actually sort of rub them off. If they're good stamps, which these are, that shouldn't come out if you've put it down right. Now, the other thing you need for, or you don't need, but it's a good idea, is to have a something soft underneath, so that the ink has got somewhere to go into instead of splaying outwards. Okay. If I use a few pieces of paper, you can use some foam. This ink should stay wet for quite a while, but I will do it again. Now, with these rocker blockers, all you've got to make sure of is you don't get them there and there, because if you get the ink there and there, then you're going to have a line there. If anything goes on there, it's not going to worry it. I'll just put some there for you. Now, what's happened is I've got some on there. All right. If I don't rub that off, it's going to come out on here, but that bit won't. So what I'm going to do, I am going to leave it here just so that you can see. And you go from one side to the other and rock it. Okay. Whichever's easiest for you. If you find it that way is easier, I'd find it going from up to down to up. You just press it on and roll it. Don't do it too fast. And once you're there, you can roll it back again. Okay. And you should, if it sticks, you've got a good image. Don't know why that didn't go down there, but what you can see is that on there came out, that didn't. And I don't think, no, I didn't actually have enough ink on there, or it dried. I'll do it again. And I'm getting it all over the place here, apart from on here. In fact, we can test now whether these are good stamps, so that whether that'll come out or not. If I keep it, if I keep it flat and don't sort of, the reason you can get marks all around it is if you sort of go like that and don't just go flat. Okay. But this isn't going to work now. No. And there you go. I took it off before the ears come out. That was me. But you can see all that on there and nothing came out on there. Ignore the ears because that was me. As you can see, I cut it off just like that. But as you can see, it's not leaving anything around. And as I say, that is because it's a good stamp and it's got enough depth on it not to get that on there. But if you're afraid and you haven't got good stamps, I mean, basically just try and rub out around it. So I hope that helps. I will be using, I don't get on as much with the rocker blockers as I did when I first had them. So hence I go back now to using, especially now that I've got the, especially now that I've got these All and Create ones, which I love. The wrong way. I'll say that now when the stamp won't come out. The other thing about stamping is don't just stamp and go, you know, just and off we go, because you've got to let the stamp, you've got to let the ink soak into the paper a bit in any case, right? So where was I? I was on here. So that way, we're going to go that way. I'm going to have here on the side. I'm going to make sure that every little bit is inked. The wisps of hair are very, very fine. Right, so now I've got a lot around the edge there. I'm not going to test it off that that's going to work, well, you know, without me taking this off, because I don't want it to not work, if you get what I mean. I'm going to take that off around there and around there. If I was clever, I wouldn't have got it over there. So I'm going this way because I'm finding it more natural for me to do that. I'm going to put it about there because I'll just leave it on there for a while and keep pressing. If you put it down and take it off, the likelihood is you're going to miss little bits and pieces of it. And try and go over, especially the sort of finer ones. As I say, with these, you can actually move them, lift them up. But if you're not careful, you'll move the whole thing, which I think I may just have done there, and get a double. But that didn't stick to the paper. Oh, there we go. Right, now there's a tiny little bit that I didn't get on there, but I can actually, if I didn't point that out to you, you might not have noticed. But still, right there, I didn't, obviously didn't press that down enough because the veneer stamps are good. It's funny how it's a round hole like that, isn't it? So anyway, I can get a black marker and do that. So keep my stamp nice, especially because it's new. Now, this is the problem I always have with stamps, is I can never find the folder. I'm going to keep it nice because it's new and I've lost the folder, right? I've got some acetate by the side of me, so I will use that. Now, I'm going to get some more First Find clear, and I'm going to use another colour. I think I like that one. This is Fantasia. Okay. What am I doing? I'm doing these fairy lanterns. I might be able to get a hair in, you know. Yeah. She's got to be looking up for something, hasn't she? I've got stars. I've got little stars. When I bought the stamp, I didn't think that of getting one that she was looking up at something. Hi, June. Thanks for joining. There you see again, I've gone, instead of patting it down, I've just gone straight in with it. heavy-handed, and I didn't need to be doing that. I should actually, I'm going to start again and show how it should be done. Just bashing it in. Right. Dry that off. Go with my. Get that off. And start again. Right, we pat it nicely. Better. Instead of bashing it in. Just make sure that you have got all the little bits covered. And yes, I have got a tiny little bit around by there. But as I say, with these stamps, because of the depth on them, you find with the cheaper stamps, unfortunately, that you might, I don't know if I want that blue now. Oh, I'm going with it. I think I need that black. Nope, we're going with blue. Why not? Or purpley blue. Fantasia it is. Yeah, they are nice and they're tanner. I love Lavinia. There we go. Oh, it's like a blackish thing. So, now we've got to find something for her to look at, haven't we? As this so happens, I've got some birds. That'd be good, wouldn't it? These are Inkylicious birds. Haven't actually used the birds. I've used the whatever that is. This one away. I've got the cover for that. Trying not to sing. I just found somebody new that I've been listening to. I haven't used a YouTuber. I haven't looked into it too much, but his voice is just lovely. It's called Forest Black. And I've never heard of him before, but oh, come on. She must go in that way because there must be another. No, it's this way. So, just need looking for the pocket now to put her in. Okay. Oh, I've lost them. There they are. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, looking good. Need a smaller thing. No. Yeah, no. These are going to be black. No, you wouldn't want to hear me singing tune. I actually won the worst singer in Tenerife every year I went, which was about 6 years. So you wouldn't want to. You really wouldn't want to hear me sing. I became quite professional at being the worst singer. Let's follow her now. And she can watch the birds come in. Yeah. Yeah, another lot of stamps I love, Inkylicious. It's funny, you go through phases of using them. half a bird. I don't know which way they're going. Last lot, promise. Not very exciting watching these stamp birds, is it? Put it down a bit. No, I need some more. Need some by there. Put that off. Did I ruin the whole thing? Right, even if it needs some more, I'm stopping with the birds now. One more. We need some coming in from there. I'm going to go over the flower as if it's, because they're not going to know that, not a flower. They're not going to go and know that's a lamp. Fade light to them. That looks better. Those higgledy-piggledy ones I don't like. In the beginning, she was only looking at about 3 birds. So now we're meant to stop. Right, birds, enough birds. Do you think enough birds? Yeah. Okay, let's get these birds back. At least I know how they come out now for the next time. Oh. Sorry, you've got to watch me put all these things away, but I won't be able to do another live or anything if I don't put them back, because I won't be able to find them again. Oh, good. You can have me on the telly. I'd take the whole hour just putting things in packets. There we are. All the way. Those can drop out the other end then. Right, okay, so let's ground it a bit. So all I'm going to do is just rip a bit of paper off and hope that I like some of it. I'd like that to come down a bit more. What I need to do is make sure that her feet are actually, I can actually see her feet. I could move that up, but then I move that up too far. But just so that she is stepping on whatever I'm putting down. I didn't prepare for this bit, so I have to find some ink. What should we go with? I don't want any more green, not really, unless there's a dark one. I know what I want. I want some peacock feathers. Just realise the colour I want. It's going to be the last one I come to. Yep. Okay, done. So I haven't used it. I'm using peacock feathers. I like that, and I might go in with a bit of a pumice stone. And because I haven't put them back in sorted colours now, the next time, if I haven't already done it, it's going to be a bit. I'm going to go with this colour first. And like always, I'm not ready with a something to put them on with. So come on here. Oh, let's try these brushes. The rain for that. No colours on there, but that was green. Now I'm going to go with what I normally do. Hang about. The thing is, my desk doesn't have enough room for me to put everything on. So I'm just going to get I'll do. What other colour I got? Grey. We'll go with a good old washing up sponge, so you can see all the different things we use as well that can be used as well. Okay, so I'm going to go in with the grey first, just so that I can see whether I like it or not. Yeah, they do, don't they, Jim? That's how I thought it was going to be. And if you believe that, you believe anything. Right. I don't think this pumice stone is dark enough, so we will maybe have a bit of peacock feathers. I don't know if that's the right colour I want, but that's what we're having. It's the wrong colour blue on there, so there's nothing on there. It might be one of the ones I washed. I'm just going to pull it in. Bring it down a bit. On there. She could be walking on water now, look. You need to come up like that because she's, otherwise looks like she's standing on tiptoe, and I don't want to stand on tiptoe. So, bring that bit. And for those, oh, I'm liking that. And see, for those who are watching in Magic Graphics, obviously you've got a lot of Magic Graphics CDs. And there's a lot of Sue's backgrounds, like the watercolours CDs that sort of these stamps would go great with as well. And you can probably add things like that to them. So that's what we got so far. I'm liking that by there. Now, I know Tracy from Lavinia does a lot of putting a circle around. What she tends to do is get a circle. Could be too big. Always got a circle shape specifically for that. And she tends to sort of come out from the circle so that you've got I don't know if you can see that. But I'm not sure I want it. I might try it with the yellow. I do like the effect. And I say it's not something you've probably all seen Tracy do it. Go with these now. I've got all kinds of things. Now these things, I'm calling them things, but not in a derogatory way. These like makeup sponge things. They hold the ink, I found. So so as you see, I did go a little bit on there, but just gonna, if I do it with yellow, then it's not gonna well, the reason I'm using this was the first thing I could see in my box. I had yellow on. No other reason. You can't actually see it. That's why I dab it on here first to see. Yeah, it does make a difference, doesn't it? So all that's left to do now is I'm going to edge it off a bit with some black. I'm going to break my neck after when I get up here because I've got everything all over the floor now. Right. I use some Distress ink, black soot. I'm not using Distress oxide because I can't see that as easily as I can see this. So it's not sort of any reason other than that. Not pretty sure I like that for that. So I'm going to dive in and see if I can get a black. Let's see one. Yep. We got some black. Don't know if that was paint or what. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to do it on the mat so that I can, no, I'm not. Sorry. I'm going to do it on the paper. I'm just going to sort of gently go around the sides, okay? Now, if you're a beginner at this, this is a very good idea because it doesn't get so much on. So you can, you know, just build it up. And I would always tap it on there just so that I probably would have been better with a rounder one. Let me finish my sentence. I tap it on there just to see how much I've got. Only in the beginning though, really, because I know if I'm unsure. That makes sense. I haven't got very much on here at all. Because if you put too much, then you can't take away, but you can always build up. So I'm just going to clean that. So we've got that finished. What can we do? What can we use it for? So if I'd have done it a lot smaller, not a lot, if I'd have sort of made it a tiny bit smaller, then I could have done it as a journal card and just laid it up as a journal card. Of course, then it could be a journal cover for any sort of book or journal. But what I've got is, I'm just going to get this black off my hands. Otherwise, I'll have a black card. I'm going to actually layer it up. And then, if it could be. So that was a 5x7. I'm going to lay it onto black card. The black card I did was 5 1/4 by 7 1/4. So I'm just going to get some glue for that. As most of you know, I use Cosmic Shimmer acrylic glue, which is just gone walkies. I got a brand new one here, but I don't particularly want to open it. One of the other ones. My desk starts off so nicely. Right. I do have it, right? Cosmic Shimmer, for those who don't know or haven't seen me before. Yeah, it's acrylic. It dries very quickly, dries clear. I don't know why I'm using glue. I normally do these with double-sided tape because of it spilling out on the edge, but give it a go. Although it dries clear, you can always see glue. Don't put too much on there because what I'm going to do is if it doesn't stick on the edges, I'm going to go in with... Good start, wasn't it? And put it around the right way. Oops. So I've ruined it now already. on the back. No, I'm going to stay by there. Just don't drop it when you're doing it. No, I can't see that. And with this acrylic, this Cosmic Shimmer acrylic, you do have time, a little bit of wiggle room time, but it does dry quickly. Now I can see that it may not have dried there, and if it hasn't, then I'm going to get a cocktail stick of dried. I don't know if it's gone all the way around. If it hasn't, what I'll do is get a little bit of a cocktail stick, or the other thing you can do, which can work, is a little bit of card. I've got a little bit of scrap. Well, this isn't card, this is a bit of sort of pattern paper, but it's quite sort of stronger than sort of like copy paper. What I'm going to do is put a little bit on here. And then I'm going to shove it underneath there. Which is another thing you can use this in when you're quilling, which is where I got this technique from. It's from quilling. Yeah, you use Cosmic Shimmer as well, do you, Angela? I think it's the best. I do. There are times when I don't use it. If I'm gluing paper, then I tend to go with collal because I can then spread it around. This doesn't spread very well. So, and then I'm going to leave it like this, but there's a possibility I might make a card out of it. I believe this is an A5, so that is how it would end up. I will take a photograph of it like that and put it up. I'm going to think about putting a sentiment on or something, because I've done a lot of cards on these lives, and they're not for anybody in particular, and I've got nobody to send them to, because I've just gone with hello or this, that, or the other. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start keeping them like this, just showing you that you can have what you can do with it. You can make it into a card, you can put a sentiment on, but I'm not going to, because I can keep that now and use that in something else with a sentiment or whatever I want to do. Okay, so that's it for this morning. Don't. Oh, thanks, Tanith. Thanks, Angela. What do you do to June with the paper underneath? Right. Well, I'm actually going to go now. I'm just going to look down, see if there's any comments. No, I'm not quite finished. I said I was going to go. There is a 5-day challenge that I'm organising in a Facebook group. I've set up a new group specifically. If anybody wants to join, I've put the link up in the group, but I'll just put it on here as well. I've put this link up on this video in the comments at the top, the description. I've put the link. Now it's a 5-day challenge, and what happens is every day I will do something like this. It won't be as long and as involved, so you won't go sit here for an hour every day. In fact, you don't have to be there at all. It's the purpose is for a bit of fun, a bit of community, and to actually challenge yourself a little bit out of your comfort zone, and perhaps learn a different sort of technique, different craft even, depending on what I start doing. But I'm sure there might be some mixed media in there somewhere. I've put themes for each day. One of them is steampunk, which some have said that is going to be their challenging one. So this is good. I've heard that before on previous challenges. There's been ones that people are not looking forward to, and it's been their best of the week sort of thing. They've loved doing it, and it's been their best the project that they've done for the week. So it's good to challenge yourself, well, I think so anyway. Anybody that wants to join, you're more than welcome. If you have already joined, or even if you haven't and you know a friend, it'd be great if you could sort of ask them if they want to join. As I say, it's free, it's a whole week, no pressure. If you don't complete it, you don't complete it. I'm not going to come to your house and say, right, get doing your crafting. We're in lockdown anyway. I might have if we weren't. So yeah, and if you're watching from Magic Graphics or on YouTube, you're more than welcome to join my group. I've just changed the link now. That's my Facebook group, and it's a lovely little group. It's a lovely community, lovely people. Right, so I will leave you there. Thank you for joining me, and I won't be back next Wednesday because I'll be doing the